Hi, I'm Gene Triplett, entertainment editor for the Oklahoman and newsok.com, and I'm here today with George Lang and Brandy McDonnell. We're here to talk about the 51st annual Grammy Awards, which are coming up this Sunday. And something that makes the Grammy Awards pretty special this year is the level of talent and the rare performances that are scheduled for the program. Like Paul McCartney performing with Foo Fighters frontman and former Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl, who will be playing drums behind Paul, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a huge number of great acts that are going to be playing. Of course, you know, Carrie Underwood's going to be playing. You'll be talking about that in a little bit. You also have U2. They're probably going to be performing their new song, "Get on Your Boots." Coldplay is going to be there. There's going to be some other things that some people will be interested in. Kid Rock, Katy Perry, people like that. But it's a wide range of people who are going to be performing. And then, but I think that the biggest thing is the one that you mentioned. Paul McCartney is going to be playing with Dave Grohl, and we don't really know what's going to be happening there, but it's kind of exciting, and I have an inkling of what it might be. A lot of people don't really know what's been happening with McCartney lately. He's really been on a roll, stylistically. So there's a lot of things going on there, and a lot of people don't realize that Dave Grohl is a huge McCartney fan. I mean, he should be, but a couple of years ago for this Radio 1 compilation that was like number one songs that were covered by modern artists. The Foo Fighters did a cover of Band on the Run, and it was amazing, really great cover. And so I mean, my guess, or what my hope is that they're going to do that.
Yeah, I think this will be a huge boost in viewer ratings. For the acts alone, they're going to be performing.
Yeah.
And for the Oklahoma viewers, there are a number of Oklahomans who are up for Grammys this year. And Brandy, who are some of those?
Well, we have obviously several in the country music categories. Of course, Carrie Underwood, who you just mentioned, she is just rarely ever shut out of an awards show. So she's got one nomination for female country vocal performance for her hit "Last Name," and so that I think she's got a pretty good shot at winning that. But the one that's nominated for a lot of awards, Trisha Yearwood, the wife of Garth Brooks, lives in Owasso. She'd won 3 Grammys back in the 90s and really made a comeback with her album Heaven, Heartache, and the Power of Love. That's Best Country Album nominated. Country collaboration with vocals for a duet with Keith Urban. And then also she's going up against Underwood in the female country vocal performance for This Is Me You're Talking To, which is a great sort of broken heart ballad. Vince Gill is part of a sort of a star-studded nomination in Best Country Instrumental Performance for Cluster Pluck, which is off of Brad Paisley's album Play. It's got Steve Wariner on it, another really great guitarist. So that's pretty much, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that won. Brooks and Dunn, of course, Ronnie Dunn comes from Tulsa. Best Performance by a Duo or Group with vocals for God Must Be Busy, which was a big hit for them. And then Rascal Flatts, Joe Don Rooney is from Pitcher. Best Country Performance by a Duo Group with vocals, same category as Brooks and Dunn, for Every Day, which was a big, great song by them. So I think that may end up being the winner in that category. And then in the gospel categories, the Christian band Mercy Me, which was founded in Oklahoma City, is Best Gospel Song category with Stephen Curtis Chapman for their song You Reign, which that's a pretty powerful combination there as far as the Christian music world goes, Mercy Me and Stephen Curtis Chapman, so that's a pretty good chance there.
Yeah.
And I think Gene's got some of the rock guys, some blues guys.
Yeah, rock and blues and folk. Alternative rockers Kings of Leon, they're up for Best Rock Album for Only by the Night, which is probably the best thing they've done thus far. And the track Sex on Fire is nominated for Best Rock Song and rock performance by a duo or group with vocals. The band is made up of 3 brothers and a cousin from the Followell family, and that includes Nathan on drums and cousin Matthew on guitar, who are both Oklahoma City natives. Tulsa-raised guitarist Elvin Bishop, who got his start with the Paul Butterfield Blues Band back in the 60s in Chicago, and of course went on to a long solo career, is up for Best Traditional Blues Album for The Blues Roll On, which featured a bunch of big-name guests, including B.B. King, Derek Trucks, James Cotton, Warren Haynes, and Kim Wilson. It's an excellent album. And venerable folkie and OU grad Tom Paxton is nominated in the Traditional Folk Album category for Comedians and Angels. So good luck to him. And now, any favorites among the year's nominees in some of the major categories, you guys? We've got first up, I think we have Record of the Year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Coldplay is always a good bet for these things. But I mean, one of the big surprises I think is there's the British neo soul singer Adele keeps showing up in all of these nominations, and her Chasing Pavements shows up as Record of the Year. Yeah. That would be there's always the possibility that something like that, a song that wasn't huge over here, could develop a groundswell in the Grammy nominations. Same with Estelle's American Boy, which is nominated for Song of the Year. But I mean, for Record of the Year, I would root for Paper Planes by MIA. But I have a feeling on this one, it could be the Robert Plant Alison Krauss song. Please read the letter. I mean, because that album, Raising Sand, brought together a couple of two different musical realms, brought them together beautifully.
I'm with you. I really think that in the Record of the Year category, Viva La Vida is probably going to win, but right. I would prefer to see MIA win with Paper Planes. Yeah. That would be my favorite. I think she's a long shot, but again, that's a song that wasn't really big. I mean, until it was featured in the Pineapple Express trailer,
that's
and
right.
then it became a big hit over the summer, and then now it's getting a lot of buzz because it's on the Slumdog Millionaire
right.
soundtrack. So I would love to see her win, but I think that Coldplay is going to clean up in some of the major categories.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'd go with Coldplay if I was betting, but I happen to like Please Read the Letter. It's the only original song written by Plant and others on this whole album, which is mainly covers of Americana and folk music. But it sounds, I mean, it mixes right in with this arrangement that he and Alison Krauss do. Album of the Year. George, what do you think?
Man, I would like to see I'd like to see Raising Sand win. I think that's a really strong one. Also, In Rainbows by Radiohead. Radiohead is all over the nominations this year, so it'd be interesting to see if they could come in as sort of the black sheep on this and sweep a lot of categories when we're not expecting it. And
are they going to be performing? Because I think I had heard that
yes.
they were
Yes,
going to be added to the performance list. They don't perform that often on
They
TV.
are going to be performing. I mentioned that U2 and sort of their competing stylistic airs, Radiohead and Coldplay, are all going to be there. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah.
Brandy?
Well, I do want Raising Sand to win. I also think that In Rainbows is a strong contender in the category. I think Viva La Vida is also a strong contender in that category, but my pick is Raising Sand.
Yeah, again, Viva La Vida, Coldplay, I think, is probably the best bet.
Right.
And again, Raising Sand is my personal favorite. Song of the Year. George, what do you think?
Wow, like I said, American Boy by Estelle could come in and win it. Some of these British songs that didn't get a lot of play here, sometimes they come in. This is a weird category. You've got like Jason Mraz with I'm Yours, which wasn't really a big hit, and he's sort of like for people who can't handle the hard edge of John Mayer. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it was Adele or if it was Estelle in this case.
Well, I think we're going to see Viva La Vida win this one. I thought this was a really weak category. I didn't think the nominations were very strong, and I thought that Record of the Year and Album of the Year had great nominations. So I'm kind of disappointed in this category that it's not a stronger.
And it'd be great if
category.
Viva La Vida were to win, and then Joe Satriani bum rushed the stage because he's got a suit against Coldplay on that song. So.
That would be fun.
That would be an entertaining Grammy moment.
Yeah. I'll have to go with Viva La Vida too. It's among these, it's my favorite. I think it's the strongest of the bunch, like Brandy said. So there we have it. That's our take on the Grammys. We're looking forward to it. And we're also looking forward to George Lang, who's going to be blogging live during the broadcast, which begins, what time is it?
At 7 o'clock on Static Blog on newsok.com.
All right, well, that's it for us. Tune in for the Grammys this Sunday, and be sure to check out George's blog. And thanks for watching.